So we first became involved with this project through the RIBA, which set up a new scheme called Architecture Ambassadors, which puts architectural practices in touch with schools and tries to introduce architecture into the curriculum at an earlier stage as possible.
We do careers projects once a week, and we really want the students to have as much exposure as possible to different types of professionals and different types of careers.
We designed a series of workshops, and the idea was that we were trying to get them to look at things that you could sell in a kiosk, so food, drink and flowers. These were quite a sort of unique piece of architecture in that they are part of the street. They're often seen from the round, they have to be locked up at night, they're not within a building, they're of a very human scale.
They created their own businesses, which each had a backstory with a character that they were designing for, and they came up with some great names for their businesses. So from there, that gives them a really good starting point to think about creating a brief and a really strong direction and a focus for designing a project, which is what we do in architecture all the time.
The focus of the whole project really was kiosks, not just as a standalone designed object, but kiosks within the street and within the city.
I think the project's been particularly good for them to connect together. Why do you need maths? Why do you need art? Why do you need design? Why do you need engineering? Why do you need to think about marketing and business, and how that all then fits together?
One of the reasons we really wanted to make models with the students was that we wanted to show that architecture, it's about thinking through things as actual three-dimensional physical models.
This is a really nice, large chunk of time where they're being creative and they're using tools that they might not have used before. They're developing the dexterity in their fingers, they're exploring different materials and actually creating something that they can be proud of.
I didn't really know much about architecture before because I wasn't really a creative type of person, but this kind of gave me a chance to kind of like get used to me being creative and know what architecture was really about.
One of the things we hope we're trying to do is prove that being creative or being in a creative profession such as architecture doesn't just mean you have to be able to draw nicely. It's about problem solving, it's about working out briefs, it's about learning how to communicate your ideas. And these are all things that we try to talk to the students about and hopefully get them to do as well throughout the series of workshops that we've been doing.
So the professionals from Archio have created some really good input for our students, and they've brought in real life examples that then the students can then talk about and think about critically and analyse. And it's been really interesting what the students have then brought to the discussion and made connections in the discussion about what they've seen outside and why it's designed that way.